Welcome to the Sharad Kohli Show. After gold touching the recent peak of $4,488 per ounce a couple of days ago, we saw some profit booking last night and it's cooled down. It's afternoon on the 19th of August today. You might get the video by evening. It is now hovering around $4,350. So we saw some profit booking. What was the reason for this profit booking or fall? Not a major fall, but a noticeable fall. We'll talk about that. The world of investments, the world of finance, the world of economics can never be detached from geopolitics. So before we understand the reasons behind what moves the stock markets, commodity markets, gold and silver, it's important to understand what's happening in the world of geopolitics. Strait of Hormuz. Well, who hasn't heard of this by now? That continues to remain a flashpoint. Well, President Trump made a sensational statement by saying that Strait of Hormuz now belongs to America. That Strait of Hormuz is in American territory. We know that there's Gulf of Oman on one side, there's Persian Gulf on the other side. In the middle is that 33 kilometers of strait through which the ships pass. And President Trump said that is American territory. Obviously, that agitated Iran. And Iran said that President Trump is delusional. They even called him as a delusional human being, that he gets delusions, he gets imaginations, because of this statement. In the meanwhile, there was news of Iran attacking UAE once again. Well, we know that for the last few weeks, when the attack on Bahrain, Jordan, Kuwait was happening, UAE and Saudi Arabia were spared. All the Houthis, as proxies of Iran, were attacking Saudi Arabia. But it was a buzzword that probably UAE has done some deal with Iran and Iran is sparing UAE now. But then that is now proving to be a farce because apparently 2 shipping areas of UAE have been attacked by 2 ballistic missiles and UAE is agitated, infuriated. UAE has now called off all commercial financial deals with Iran with immediate effect. So that's a major development because it was being contemplated that probably UAE and Iran have become friends, or at least Iran is not touching UAE for now. So that's a huge and that's a big development as far as West Asia tensions are concerned. More attacks by Houthis on the Aramco refinery in Saudi Arabia. Well, the Houthis, they remain active, and Bab al-Mandeb, around which Yemen is located, that continues to be an area of tension building up. Although there are ships passing, but from Strait of Hormuz, there's hardly any ship movement. Well, let's see what happened in Syria. Israel attacked Syria and Turkey, because there were some of the bases of Turkey, and Turkey objected to that. Turkey has categorically said that this is not good. Israel has attacked Syrian bases which probably had Turkey a connection. Well, thereafter came some data of inflation from America. Well, we all know that gas prices have gone up, and it is now being said that the American people have further, made President Trump's approval rating fall down. They have now come down to 33% because apparently there are unsold houses in America because people don't want to spend money. They want to keep themselves hedged against inflation. They want to keep liquidity in hand. Hence, they are not buying houses or doing a mortgage for that purpose. Let's go across to Korea. Well, we all know that South Korea and America have been very close allies. Every 6 months, they do a joint military drill. And it is said that 39,000 soldiers from America are permanently stationed in South Korea. So America has sort of provided a protective shield to South Korea against North Korea. Well, they're always at loggerheads, we know that very well. Now, President Trump, during the Iran war, when there was kinetic war going on, had asked for help from South Korea, that we've got 39,000 soldiers in your territory, come and help us. South Korea refused. President Trump now said, if they refuse when we need it, let us just cut short these military drills. Why spend billions of dollars on these drills? So this drill, which was supposed to be going on till 27th of August, has been immediately halted. He's advised Peter Hegseth, the defense secretary, to stop doing these drills. as a first step of expressing his disappointment with South Korea. Well, the drills anyway agitated North Korea, and Kim Jong-un said that this is an open threat for his country. I think President Trump stopping South Korean drill should bring some relief to North Korea. Let's go to Russia, Ukraine. Well, Russia launched a big attack on Kharkiv in Ukraine, killing more than 10 people and injuring several others. Ukraine is irritated and Ukraine is promising a revenge. So this is how the war has been going. One attacks, then there's a revenge. The other attacks, there's a revenge from this end. This is how war continues for months and months, and in this case, for years now. Even the American-Iranian war is about to complete 6 months, by the way, in case you didn't notice that. Well, Trump has made another move. He has postponed imposition of tariff on Canada obviously for a vested reason. He's doing no charity on Canada. Must have got his own set of reasons, because it's going to cause further inflation in America, because $720 billion is the total bilateral trade being done between America and Canada, the second largest partner by numbers. The largest is Mexico, second largest. So he had a word with Carney, the Canadian Prime Minister, and he's postponed the imposition of those tariffs. Well, let's come to the geoeconomic part. Well, crude oil continues to boil. It is now getting closer to $92. The bond yields in America, especially the 30-year yield, they are at 5.3, which is supposed to be the 19-year record being broken. In 2007, these levels were seen, 5.3, the 30-year bond yield in America, which is alarming. It is indicating that probably inflation is hitting America hard. But the good thing which is happening from a gold-silver perspective is that the dollar index hasn't shot up as much as the bond yields. Our dollar index still remains below 100. It's back 99.6, but it should have proportionately gone up to beyond 100, but it did not, which indicates that there is a weakness in dollar as a currency. We need to keep this in mind. Even in Germany and France, we are seeing the bond yields climbing. So it's not just America, it's climbing at other places as well. Well, crude oil continues to be a source of stress to many countries, including India. Now, what led to gold and silver cooling down or some kind of profit booking? As I said earlier, that gold and silver, which were heavily under the shackles of bond yield, crude oil, dollar index for several months now, it is now partly making an attempt to break these shackles and stay out of these factors. Not entirely though, but to a larger extent, I would say. So tonight at about 11:30 p.m. Indian time, FOMC, the Federal Open Market Committee, like the MPC of India and RBI, is going to release the minutes. Now, these minutes contain the detail of what Fed discussed in the recently concluded meeting, when there was no change made. Well, these minutes, they reveal as to how Fed is going to behave or take a call on inflation and interest rates in the months to come. Now, because of crude oil climbing, some of the traders or a group of traders at COMEX in New York believed that a negative commentary of FOMC, or shall I say a pessimistic set of minutes of FOMC, may cause fear of an interest rate hike. Although I feel by November there's going to be no interest rate hike, but so that the operators felt, which is why there was some profit booking in gold and silver in anticipation that Fed minutes may talk about an interest rate hike or may express fear about inflation. So that was the reason why we saw some profit booking. However, I consider this profit booking to be very, very nominal. It's not that great. This is quite normal. There might have been some long unwinding or a little bit of short buildup as well at COMEX. So the gold in India as of today is trading at about 1,54,000 per 10 grams. The FIIs in Indian stock markets, by the way, the American stock markets closed in the negative again because of the tensions in West Asia. Once again, the MOU is officially over. So anything can happen from here on. But FIIs, despite high crude oil prices, injected 1652 crores in the Indian stock markets. The markets, it is today day 8. As I talk now, the market are still in red. I can see the screen in front of me. Let's see what happens till the close. But this is continuously 8th day when the markets are in red as far as India is concerned. This has been a long run as far as the markets closing in red is concerned. Now, just to put that in the in the retrospect, on 15th of August 2025, Nifty had closed at 24,631, a little more than where we are now. On 15th of August 2024, Nifty had closed at 2143, almost the same as we are now, which means in the last couple of years, Nifty has literally given no return, zero return, shall I say, which is very unusual. A lot of traders, investors who joined the market after COVID, I don't think they have seen a period of this kind. They haven't seen this kind of a phase. Well, I must tell them that this is normal. Stock markets do go through consolidation and negative phases as well. You cannot have an asset class which is always moving up at all times. If that was to happen, then you'll probably give up your usual occupation and be only busy with trading and investing, which is not the case. So let me just, to end this video, sum up the factors which will take gold and silver up. I stay to my stand that 70% chances of gold going up, 30% chances of gold coming down. What are the factors which will make it go up? First of all, weaker dollar, as I said. Lower probability of Fed increasing the rate, although we'll have to wait for the minutes coming tonight. But I really don't think Fed is going to take a call on interest rate hike, at least till the midterm polls. Somehow I feel that. Central bank buying continues relentlessly. And then the China factor. China has been buying gold like never before. So that also keeps the gold prices up. And of course, the geopolitical tensions building around the world also provides a safe haven character to gold. And more people buy it as a hedge in the bad times, which are being witnessed and probably will get more aggravated as we move forward in time. The factors which might bring it down: high bond yields, fear of inflation, and high oil prices. These are the 2-3 factors. So I find more factors which favor a rise. I see lesser factors which favor a fall. If you still haven't subscribed to the channel is fairly new, just started in August. I would humbly and fervently request you to please do subscribe before you leave. It'll keep me motivated. Press the subscribe button, press the bell icon as well. I'll join again with another useful video for you probably tomorrow. Until we meet again, thank you very much.